What happens when the loudest dog in the yard suddenly goes quiet? When the one who used to charge into every scuffle now just watches from the corner? This isn't just any dog. This is Rocky. The same Rocky who once stood chest to chest with King Charles, who never backed down, even when the odds weren't in his favor. The same Rocky who didn't need to bark because his presence alone demanded respect. But now, he lies still, slower, quieter, and it's impossible not to feel it in your chest that something is changing. This isn't just the story of an aging shelter dog. It's the story of legacy, of a warrior whose time in the arena might be fading, but whose impact will never disappear. Before the silence, there was thunder. Rocky wasn't born into greatness. He owned it. In a shelter where every dog was trying to survive, Rocky did more than that. He stood out, not by barking the loudest, but by holding the line when others ran. There was a time when dogs twice his size backed off just by meeting his stare. No showboating, no chaos, just calm, calculated dominance. And the fights? He didn't start them, but he finished them. Rocky wasn't the alpha because he bullied. He was the alpha because even the alphas gave him space. He didn't need a pack behind him. He was the pack. And whether it was King Charles, Form, or the new hotheads trying to make a name for themselves, Rocky faced them all like a ghost who never forgot what the shelter once was. That was Rocky in his prime, unmatched, unshaken, and unforgettable. You could learn a lot about Rocky just by watching who showed him respect. When King Charles first rose in the shelter, all eyes were on him. But Rocky? He didn't flinch. He didn't fold. That first stare down between them wasn't explosive. It was electric. A silent exchange between two titans. And it ended with King Charles looking away first. Not out of fear, but out of respect. Even Form, the shelter's hitman, never stepped out of line with Rocky. He barked at others, lunged without warning, but when Rocky passed by, nothing, just stillness. And that's the thing. Rocky never demanded loyalty. He inspired it. Dogs followed him not because they were told to, but because deep down, they knew they were safer when he was around. His presence wasn't loud. It was felt, like gravity, like legacy. These weren't just encounters. They were chapters in a legend built one stare, one step, one silent win at a time. At first, no one noticed. Rocky still walked the same path, still gave that same quiet nod, still carried himself like a king without the crown. But if you looked closely, the fire in his eyes wasn't burning like it used to. One day, he skipped his morning patrol. Another day, he didn't finish his food. Then came the moment that shook the shelter. Thorm barked too close, and Rocky didn't even look up. That wasn't Rocky. This was the dog who once silenced a whole block with a single growl. Now, he just rested, eyes half shut, like he was listening to something far away. Like he knew his time was shifting. Like he'd already made peace. The others noticed too. Even the wildest dogs stopped running near him. It wasn't pity, it was reverence. A quiet understanding that a legend was slowly dimming. And in that silence, Rocky spoke the loudest. He's not barking like he used to, not running like he used to, and maybe, just maybe, he's getting tired. But Rocky's still here. He's not just a dog in the corner anymore. He's the quiet presence that keeps the pack balanced. The old soul every young dog looks at and listens to. And King Charles? He hasn't said a word, but you can feel it. Even the king walks slower when Rocky's nearby. So we wait, we watch, and we stay ready to fight for him. Like he fought for his place in this chaotic shelter world. Because Rocky may be moving slower, but the respect he earned still moves through every corner of this yard. And until his last step, this shelter will always be his. Tell us your best memory of Rocky. Drop a comment if you're rooting for him. This isn't goodbye, it's just a slower chapter. And don't forget to subscribe to Pawble.